God once again. I want to bless God for this opportunity again to be able to share with you. Um, this is a class for married people, couples. If I may say, people that are legally married. Can I? The place of stress in marriage is what I started talking about, and I got a bit of one or two things from people, coming from people. Some of them are hiding; they refuse to comment on in the comment box, you know. And I remember one of the things I told them, whether you like it or not, everybody has one or two things they are going through in their marriage. So it's not something you can shy away from or be ashamed of it. So I started a class. I call it Managing Stress class when it comes to your marriage. And from all the indication, I jump started because the response I got from people, I didn't made me to understand. Um, I need to talk to them about the causes of stress. But one of the things I said last week, I spoke concerning two types of stress. The stress one. When I say stress, let me spell it out. EUS, and S, and then the normal. This other one, distress. One is positive. One is good for your marriage. It helps to push your marriage. It helps to make your marriage not sour, because your marriage can sour. And I gave an instance about people who are 6 months in the marriage and then they're done. It's heading towards divorce, and because the excitement, the love in the marriage is not there again. Like I always counsel. How can I put it in a simple way? Love is the beginning of everything. It's supposed to be the bedrock, but the love can sour. The love can die if it's not constantly being worked on. So loving somebody is not enough to sustain the relationship, to sustain the marriage. So I spoke concerning the way out of stress. And so today I want to quickly run through what are the causes of marriage. I'm sure some of you are familiar with this. Coincidentally, I'm talking to a couple recently, and thank God they've done their traditional marriage. But the shocking part of their story is their traditional marriage, they've spent already $1 million. Now, what brought this couple to my session is they're having financial difficulty. Now, they came to me wanting to find a way out. Number one, they were not married before, so started having children. Now, they're having issues financially. So I told them that, okay, you can't be, I use the word camping. The man cannot be camping you at home when he has not done the right footing, the need footing, biblical and traditionally. And I say biblical because the Bible understand the place of dowry in marriage. And as a matter of fact, it is being encouraged. And I also let people know the most important one is the dowry. Every other one is secondary. As in, when it's a dowry, paying the bride price, somebody has to give you away. And giving you away has to do with consent. Okay, I am agreed to let go of my daughter to this person. I'm giving my responsibility as a father to this person. That is what consent, that's what bride price dowry means according to scripture. Even some traditions now, maybe you pay certain things, you give certain amount of money and what have you, or do certain some stuff, and to them is dowry. Even though these days now people have expanded it. This particular couple have spent over $1 million, and they say they have financial issue for tradition alone. And I'm sure also they want to do they go to court wedding, do the court wedding and do the church wedding as well. So what am I trying to say? The place of money in marriage, people shy away from it because one of the issues that causes stress in marriage is money, the legal tender. And Christian, because my focus today is I'm talking to Christians about these things. Many Christians shy away from this responsibility, and it always comes back to the same point. If you check, over 100% of why people are stressed in their marriage today is stress. Marriage is sweet, but it can be very stressful if the place of money is not being handled very well. So stress related to money is now often listed as number one reason why people go through divorce. Because divorce ends up causing much more financial stress. You and your spouse need to get on the same page with money to help you get started. You need to learn to sit down. One of the things I tell couples, if we don't learn to sit down with your spouse regardless of anything, you continually have money issues. And as a matter of fact, I always educate people, before you go into that marriage, before you go into that relationship, you need to learn to sit down together and then itemize, prioritize, let him or her knows, okay, this is my stand concerning this is my stand concerning this. So the place of money is one of the causes of stress in marriage. Now, I'm not saying, sometimes some people with all their wealth, they still have financial stress in their marriage. Maybe the husband is saying, the husband does not take into consideration, I need to consider my wife before giving out money to whoever I want to give money to my parents, to my siblings, to people around. And the woman does not like that. Or it's the woman that is doing that also. So it is not about the money, okay, we have money, we don't have financial stress. No, every home has that aspect. So some people, it's because they don't have enough and they want to do certain things. So the place of money is one of the issues, if I may say, number one, out of many reasons why many people are stressed in their marriage. As I continue in this class, I will tell you, I think I spoke concerning it the first time I started this class, managing stress in your marriage. I'm sure before the end of this class this month, and if God permits us, we'll continue next month, I will still continue to share. I will give you a way out on how to. I have said some of those things as I'm talking right now. I'm still going to continue. I'm still going to shed more light into it. Number two, one of the causes of stress in marriage is parenthood. Parenting. Sometimes I work with young people a lot. I'm also, even as a matter of fact, our ministry, one of our major ministry, has to do with parenting. Has to do with young people, and I've come to terms with the bulk of the waywardness, the stupidity, or whatever you want. If I English you want to use today, young people falls on the parents. Absent fathers, unreliable fathers, wayward mothers. Mention it. The place of parenting in the life of every young boy, every young girl can never be overemphasized. So parenthood is one of the cause of stress. I remember those days when we were growing up. I went to boarding school, and then when I, sometimes or let me use when I finally came back to stay with my parents, as in back to Lagos. I went to boarding school in Ogun State. We always wake up 5 o'clock. As a matter of fact, I remember my mom has to resign in her place of work so that she can take care of the home aspects. Parenthood is so stressful. We will wake up 5 o'clock. We have to do one or two things. Responsibility, or what have you. Thank God for training. It's what is making someone like us to still stand strong till tomorrow. So the place of parenting is so important, and it's stressful. So to help you avoid many mistakes, there's a need for you to understand what parenting means, because parenthood is very, very stressful. And as a parent myself, it's so stressful. We have different children. They have different kind of character. You as a parent, you are working, you as a man, you are working, the wife is working. Who takes care of who? There's so many responsibilities that is attached to parenting, that's attached to parenthood, that you, if you don't want to be a failure as a parent, you need to be available. You need to be available in their life. You need to be available to give responsibility. You need to be available to teach them. You need to be available to train them. These things are important. So it's so stressful, but you can manage it. You can manage it. How do you manage it? There's a general word for both couples, the man or the woman: compromise. Yes, two of you are working class parents, but somebody has to be available for these kids. Somebody has to be available in their lives. You can be shifting roles. It's not the issue of say I'm the husband, I'm the head, I can't be available, I provide the money alone. Everybody must be involved in parenting, in parenthood. Everybody must be involved in the life of these children. Time to do the house chores, time to do the assignments, somebody to monitor their movement, somebody to find out what's happening in their school. Two of you should be involved. Thank God for phone calls, thank God for emails, thank God for all those things like that. In the days to which we were growing up, there was nothing like that for us. For my parents to be. My dad comes like once in a blue moon to come and check on me while I was in boarding school. But whenever I'm around, there are things that let me use this word. There are programs on ground for you to follow, and that is what has helped us too. So the couples need to compromise on their job, because there's a need for them to take care of their children. These days now people have this ideology, they don't have time for their children. Some even feel because they have money, they give them money, and that's why we see a lot of wayward children around. A lot of children who lacks home training, because we have absent fathers, we have absent mothers. Thirdly, just for today, we'll continue next week. In-laws. I call them the third party people. The process of merging two families together is always messy. Some people deny this truth. Creating healthy boundaries and dynamics with in-laws can be challenging, but it's always well worth the while. Worth the effort for the overall health of your marriage and family. I am a Yoruba person. My wife is not a Yoruba person. That's an issue. The traditions is something else. My parents are civilians. My wife parents are not civilians. When I say civilians, dad is army. That's an issue already. So coming together, there are the different ideology, different traditions, different training is stressful, but you can manage it. It's a good thing. That's why God cannot bring hot and hot together, or warm and warm together. Somebody is hot, somebody is, and that's the beauty about it. But it is stressful. The training I got is different from the training she got. So there's no how it is bound to be stressful. It is bound to bring issues. It is bound to bring how will I put it now? Something that is not even there. How do you manage this? The issue of in-laws. One of the things that I do often, even before I got married, there's always a sit down. What do we want in this marriage? How do we want this in this marriage? The issue of people, the issue of third party, issue of parents, issue of siblings. How? So when the issue comes up, even in the marriage, the basic understanding of how our home should be run, we have spelled it out. So, and the issue of compromise also comes in place. I don't eat your family. You did eat my family. But we have different understanding, different training, different background, different foundation. And as a child of God, which also is the major factor in resolving issues, in reducing stress in your marriage, the God factor. What has God said? What is God saying about this thing? So when it comes to the issue of in-laws, in managing them, the place of God, the God factor goes a long way to help in resolving the issue. Once again, thank you very much for listening to me in this class. We have every month couples therapy. This class is free, but the couples therapy is not free because there's a lot that you get. There are 2 to 3 books that is free that you get. One of those books is Marital Bliss. How to have marital bliss in your home, in your marriage. Other books are there that you can, that is free for you. So this couples therapy is not free. Every Monday, one of our created a platform for it so that people couples can come and join in. It's 5,000 naira. If you are interested, just inbox me, chat me up on the number you see on the crawler, or the number you see on the crate, so you can talk. It's always good. Bible says in the method of counsel there is safety. Learn to speak to somebody. On the 24th of this month, there is a program coming up, a visual seminar coming up. The title is Killers, Secret Kills, and I have one of my daughters that will be one of the speaker, and then my pastor, who is a relationship coach, as I am, the one that even trained me as a pastor to help and then in this seminar. So I'm sure you not want to miss that program. It's still visual on a social media platform, all of them at Obadebola Praise. You need counsel. You need to speak to somebody. There's a number on the call that you can call. Chat that person. Chat me up using